Hey folks, I'm Bill Burke, author of SCORPIUS REX, here to come clean about my sordid past. Yep, it's the true confessions of a horror writer. So get ready for tales of psychics, the United Nations, bad movies, dirty movies, ghosts and Bigfoot. And somewhere in there I wrote some books too. Now I grew up in the pre-internet, pre-cable television era, so my babysitter was late-night horror movies. And SCORPIUS REX was clearly influenced by one of my favorites.
Nature, mad, rampant, wrought its most awesome creation. But born in that swirling inferno of radioactive dust were things so horrible, so terrifying, so hideous. There is no word to describe them.
Them has a great cast, intriguing characters, and a spectacular climax. Even the full-size robot ants hold up today. Sort of. Anyway, it made a lasting impression on me. Now, my childhood wasn't normal. My mother was busy performing psychic readings in our living room, surrounded by hundreds of proto-New Age devotees into Ouija boards, talking angels, and there were even some aliens thrown into the mix. It wasn't a cult per se, but even as a child I knew it was strange. Feeling like an outsider in my own home, I immersed myself in B-movies, paperbacks, and monster magazines. I even worked in summer stock theater, and that's when I realized I wanted to get involved in movies. After high school, I joined the Air Force in a lame attempt to become normal. I did okay and even made sergeant, but I think democracy was safer after I got my discharge. Once I was out, I wormed my way into the film and television industry, working from the bottom up. My sordid movie career began on two films that are legendary to lovers of bad cinema. First, I was a puppeteer on Spookies. Now, this is a terrible, incomprehensible movie, but it had lots of monsters, and I met some great people in the effects department. I vividly recall lying under a fake floor operating this creature while the directors bombarded us with real plates and glasses. It's a miracle we didn't get hurt. After one 16-hour shooting day, the two directors told us they were going to go out and get us all beer. They came back with this. The other classic was Beware Children at Play, a movie where 80 minutes of monotony climaxed with a group of children being slaughtered. I remember shooting on a remote plot of land in New Jersey, packed with children and unpaid extras, who all brought real guns. I think they even supplied their own blanks. Plus, there were squibs and every other safety-last thing imaginable around children. Just insanity. Oh wait, I forgot a couple of things. Oh, I got bitten by one of those rats. Oh, and I lived with her for a few years. And while all that was going on, I was working as a video engineer at the United Nations. So I was shooting video for UNICEF during the week and shooting children on the weekend. Those jobs did give me a toehold in the film industry, and eventually I was assistant directing and production managing a crazy quilt of commercial movies, art movies, horror movies, stupid movies, all while producing hip-hop videos, Japanese glam band videos, guitar instructionals, and anything else that paid the bills. Oh, that movie was really a front for an insurance scam and art theft that led to the FBI raiding the office. But that's another story. Then I was offered a steady gig producing late-night Playboy movies. These were the kind of sexy, silly movies that always ran on Skinamax. You know, to solve her partner's murder, a female detective must go undercover as a lingerie model. They always had a lot of nudity and fake sex. And yep, all the sex was fake. But that's also another story. I figured I'd take the job, produce 2 or 3 of these gems, and move on. I wound up producing 20, plus some Playboy TV shows. I am not a perfect person. After a few years of 16-hour days, I got burnout. So I created a television pilot for a paranormal series, and this was back when there weren't any paranormal series. And amazingly, it got picked up in Canada under the title Creepy. I directed, wrote, and produced 30 hours of fun, ghostly stuff. And Creepy actually ran in the USA on Destination America as Hauntings and Horrors. Not too shabby for a pilot that only cost $800. I created that show because I really wanted to shoot short, spooky stories every day. But on some deeper level, I think I was also trying to make sense of all the paranormal, metaphysical stuff that I was surrounded by as a child. But if the truth is out there, I didn't find it.
Tomorrow, loved ones will return as clones. Memories will be downloaded and sold. Androids will walk among us. Tomorrow is night.
Then HBO called, and I wound up producing 3 popular After Dark series for them. But all those naive, sexy productions couldn't compete with the tidal wave of hardcore porn flooding the internet. And eventually, HBO canceled their After Dark program. But I went out with a bang by writing and directing the silliest After Dark movie ever made.
Action.
Strangely enough, Sweet Prudence and the Erotic Adventure of Bigfoot was a ratings hit and actually won awards, while guaranteeing that I would never be invited into nice homes.
Protecting my friend, and she gets abducted by a horny monster!
But it was a fun shoot with the nicest cast I have ever worked with.
You guys usually greet people by urinating on them and pepper spraying them?
Now, I'd always been writing television scripts, along with articles for magazines like Fangoria and Videoscope. So I decided to reinvent myself by buckling down and focusing on fiction. Most of it influenced by my childhood obsessions. My first novel was Voodoo Child, Book 1, Zombie Uprising.
My name is Maggie Child, and I was a U.S. Army chopper pilot.
Tango 7 making approach from southwest.
My terrifying odyssey began in Iraq when I was shot down by ISIS.
Tango 7 is hit. Tango 7 going down. Tango...
Our heroine, Maggie Child, is shot down and kidnapped, but escapes to a seemingly peaceful tropical island. But that island's psychopathic prime minister is using voodoo to raise an army of zombies. It's up to Maggie and a voodoo priestess named Serafina to save the day. The book got rave reviews, and I really recommend checking it out. That experience led to Severed Press publishing my second novel, SCORPIUS REX, the tale of a mercenary team who find themselves trapped in an African oil refinery, battling huge prehistoric scorpions. If you like non-stop action, giant monsters, and big guns, you'll love it. And that was the weird odyssey of my life and how it all led to me doing what I really love. I'm currently writing the follow-up to Scorpius, and I'm going to keep writing till my fingers fall off. You can find the glorious results of my misspent youth on Amazon, and for more videos, articles, and book excerpts, please check out my website, williamburkeauthor.com. Thanks!
shot.